All right, we're back here in this wind tunnel in the Meadowlands. Ebenezer Samuel off the bench. Gary Myers, we'll see him again sometime in February, I would think. Jerry Reese made an appearance here at day 2 of training camp. Last year, it was really eventful when he first talked because he basically said in his Super Bowl or bust, he put up that silly Super Bowl countdown clock that we all mocked for the rest of the year if they started 0-6. Not exactly the same guy this year.
No, he seemed a little more kind of tentative with some of the statements. Definitely, I mean, you got the sense that he still has high expectations for his team, but he's definitely not kind of being rash about it.
Which I kind of think it's smart. I mean, last year, honestly, they looked ridiculous. They were 0-6, and that countdown clock was still up there every day telling us how many days are left for a Super Bowl you knew they weren't going to sniff. This year, instead of putting that burden on them so we could all laugh at them, he basically said, you know, we think we're going to be good. We'd like to win the division. First things first. Let's get there before we start talking about a trophy.
It made sense. It's an impression it could work. It takes a little pressure off.
Now, one interesting thing about Jerry Reese and his reason for optimism is he thinks he's got a quarterback. And I know that some people laugh at that because Eli Manning had 27 interceptions last year and he's 33 years old. But Jerry Reese thinks he's still elite and still young at heart.
I expect nothing except for him to bounce back and be the Pro Bowl caliber football player that we know he can be. You know, he's still a young football player, all things considered, you know, with respect to the quarterback position. So we expect him to come back and be a leader and bounce back and not have some of the things that happened to him last year and, you know, be a dynamic football player for us. That's what I expect from him.
Big news from Jerry Reese's press conference today was he explained what became a pretty controversial hiring of David Tyree. Obviously, he's a Super Bowl hero. He's now the Giants' director of player development. But it was controversial because he has a very public, strong stance against gay marriage and a belief in conversion therapy for homosexuals, something that the Giants say are his views and they don't believe in. Jerry Reese's response to the controversy and the fact that some outside groups have really ripped him for that hire is that he believes that David Tyree is qualified for the job and, you know, he's entitled to his own opinions. And really, beyond that, Jerry Reese didn't want to get too deep into that subject.
We do our due diligence on everybody we try to hire around here. David was, number one, he was qualified for the job, and we think he's a terrific fit for us. We're happy to have him on board.
Were you worried at all about some of the things he said in the past about?
Yeah, this day and age, you know, sometimes you say some things that, you know, maybe you don't want to say or shouldn't have said or something like that, and it can get, you know, things can get blown out of proportion to a degree. But I'm not here to talk about, you know, social issues or somebody's personal opinion about their beliefs. You know, I believe everybody should be treated equal. I believe everybody should be treated fairly. I believe everybody should have an opinion to, you know, what they want to say. You know, and most of all, I believe that I should mind my own business, try to keep the plank out of my own eye. I think that's what I believe.
Recently, we turn back to football now. The second day of practice did not have their number 1 pick, Odell Beckham Jr.
Again, yesterday he kind of hurt himself with a hamstring. Looked like he got caught up with a guy. And today he's not practicing. It seems like Tom Coughlin's getting a little slightly annoyed with this issue. It's been going on since the spring, too. I mean, he hasn't been out there. It's hard for the fact that he's not practicing yet.
Tom Coughlin annoyed at injuries, go figure. He wants people on the field any chance he gets, and he doesn't particularly care. He's old school. He's not going to force him out onto the field, but he's an old school coach who thinks you should practice 2 times a day every day.
In that respect, I mean, it seemed like he was very pleased with the meeting practice again for a second straight day. He's going with the first team, and I mean, he's limited, but he's out there most of the time.
We'll see what happens next. The good news, by the way, Jameel McLean, who was hurt the day before, he was out of practice, did everything. Will be, like you said, is improving. So, you know, there really are major injuries out here with the Giants. Our biggest issue right now is the wind that's making a mess of my hair. We'll fix that by the time we do tomorrow's video. Make sure you check out all our coverage all day long on nydailynews.com.